the call with Clayton. In this video, I'll be showing you how to build a quiz app with JavaScript. Let me show you how this works. So the first question says, let me refresh my page. The first question says, which of this is not a client-side framework? We have React, Bootstrap, Django, Angular. The answer is Django, right? So let me pick up Bootstrap first. You can see Bootstrap is wrong, while Django is the correct answer. For the second question, it says, who is the founder of JavaScript? We have Larry Page, Reed and Edge, Elon Musk, and Bill Clinton. The answer is Reed and Edge. So if I pick up Reed and Edge, you see it shows I'm correct. That is how. So that's how the quiz app works. So which of this is a Python framework? We have Bootstrap, Angular, ASP.NET. So let's pick. The answer is Django. Let's pick ASP.NET. You can see ASP.NET is wrong and Django is correct. So I'm going to show you how to build this quiz app with JavaScript right away. So here's our finished product. These are the quizzes are going to look like when we are done, to look like this, exactly like this. So I've done this earlier on. Now quiz app will look like this when we are done with this tutorial. So we are getting started right now. Okay, here's my HTML. I've already written the markup for this code. I have the quiz container, which is this, which helps to house other elements. I have the question container where the question is going to be answered. I have the options over here, and also have the next button on the counter in the footer section. You understand? So let's go on to style this application right away. So I'm going to pick up my quiz container. Cover the quiz container. Let's pick it up. Before that, I'm going to remove the padding and margin from the page. I'm going to remove the padding and the margin from this page. I'm going to say padding 0 pixels, margin 0 pixels, box size and border box. So let me open with live server. I'm going to open my page with live server. Open with live server. As live server reload, so let's continue to our code. So we're going to pick up the quiz container from here. From what we have here, let me close up this. From the HTML, our quiz container has an ID of quiz container. Let's come over here to style up this quiz container right away. Let's come over here to style a quiz container. That's a quiz container. I'm going to give the width of, let's say, 300 pixels. Let's say height of, I'm going to say height of 400 pixels, a border of 3px solid line. So let's see what we've done so far. Come down, let's see our page. Okay, you can see we are working on it now. Before I continue, I need to style the body. Come over to the body. Let's minimize this. Okay, yeah. So let me start the body of our HTML. I'm gonna come here and say body. I'm gonna give it a body a height of. I'm gonna give this body a height of 100 VH, which means going to take up the height of our screen. I'm gonna give the body a display flex. I want to place this quiz container at the center of my screen. I'm going to say display flex, align items, center, justify contents, center. So save. Bam, you can see it's at the center of the screen right away. Okay, let's continue with what we're doing. Okay, after that, I'm going to give the container a border radius of 10 pixels. Border. Okay, I just spell radius, radius. So boom, that's it now. So what I'm going to style for this, I'm going to also increase the heights of this. Let me increase the heights. Okay, I think it's better now. So let's see what else we need to style. Let's pick up our quiz question. Where the question will be entered inside this div, this quiz question div. So I'm going to pick it up and add some style to it. I'm going to say quiz question. I'm going to give it a width. We're going to inherit the width of the, I'm going to say width inherit, no inherit of our container. Width inherit. Okay, let's give it the height of, let's say 100 pixels, and a border of let's say 2px solid line. So save your work. Okay, I think it's too big, the height is too much. Let's take it down to 50. Perfect. Perfect. So we're gonna let me just say 298 should be the width. Okay, I think it's better now. Okay, after we've done that, now we need to also style our. You can see here we have this option which represent this 1, 2, 3, 4. The option you can see. So we need to go down to our CSS and style this option. I'm gonna pick up the option container and add some style to it. Pick up the option container and add some style to the option container. Okay, gonna say option container. Let's give it a width of, let's say 200 pixels. Let's give it a height. Let's say 100 pixels. No, 100 pixels is so small. Let's say 300 pixels. Also a border of 3px solid line. Let's see. It's a save. Okay, nice. So we're gonna add a margin to the top of this. Let's say margin top. Let's give it 10 pixels. Okay, margin. Okay, put in this. Perfect. Now, so we're gonna style this individual option container. This one, this first block, this, and this. We're gonna style them. Let's go and speak them from our. Let's see what to give them in the HTML. They all have a class of option. They all have a class of option. The HTML. We're going to the CSS now and style your option. You're gonna say dot option. You're gonna say width of, let's give it 100 pixels. Let's say height of, let's give it 40 pixels. Background color should be light gray. Perfect. After that, save your, let's see. Okay, they are all how let's say they are all meshed together. So I'm going to separate them with a margin. I'm going to say margin bottom. Let's say 10 pixels. Perfect. Okay, need to increase the height of this 10 pixels. Okay, let's also give it a border radius. Let's say 10 pixels. Nice. Okay, after I've done that, I also need to increase the margin of this 20. Nice. Okay, increase the margin bottom to 20. Okay, I think it's looking okay now. So I think now I can remove. I think I can remove the option container border for now, but nevertheless, let's leave it there. Okay, let's continue with our project and come down to the footer. So here's the footer that helps to house the next button and this counter. Let's come down to the footer now, pick up the footer, and I'm gonna give this footer, okay, to the CSS. I'm gonna say ID footer. I'm gonna say width. Let's get a width of 298, a height of, let's say, come down to this next one. Let's say height of, let's say 100 pixels. Okay, after I've done that, I'm gonna say border. I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna give it a border of 3px solid line. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a display flex, save. Okay, align item. Center, justify content, center, and flex direction. So column, flex direction, column, flex direction, column. Nice. So let's pick up our next button. Let's add some style to it. Next button and the counter. I'm gonna say next btn. Come down to the end there. Say next next btn. I'm gonna give it a width. Let's say width 100 pixels. The height of, let's say, 40 pixels. Background color should be lime. The color of the text in it should be white. Okay, after I've done that, I'm gonna remove the border. We don't need the border. Border none. Border none. Border radius 10 pixels. Okay, I think it's looking nice. So let's increase the font size. Let's say font size. Font size should be, let's say font size should be 18 pixels. Okay, I think it's looking okay. So let's also pick the counter. Let's start the counter div. Let's say counter. Let's give our counter a width of 50 pixels, height of 50 pixels, border radius 50%, 50%. Okay, background color should be oxo line. Say width, not width. So say, okay, I'm gonna say copy this oxo. I'm gonna copy this display flex to make sure the content of that counter div is at the center. Should have done that. Save your work. This display flex line item center. Specify content center. Oh, sorry, it should be in the counter. Ctrl X, paste inside counter. Nice. Now, okay. Okay, before I continue, I think I need to add a display flex. Let me also add a display flex to our this container. I'm gonna say display flex to our container. I'm gonna say space between. Oh, okay. To make sure they are on the vertical line, I'm gonna say flex direction column. Oh, there is problem. Okay, I think I just need to remove it to avoid waste of time here. Okay, I think it's looking better now. So I'm gonna add a margin to the top of the footer. I'm gonna say margin top, margin top. Let's say 10 pixels. I also need to increase. Okay, I think I also need to increase the height of our footer. Let's say 120. Okay, perfect. Now come over here and say just find content space around. Nice. Now, so I think we are done with the HTML and CSS. For now, let me remove all this. Let me remove this border. Comment them up. Comment them. We're done with the HTML and CSS. Okay, I need to remove the border. I don't need them. Quiz question. I don't need the border there. For example, you can still leave the quiz question border to save. Okay, nice. Now I think we are done with the HTML and CSS. We're going to start with the JavaScript right away. Now, here's my JavaScript part of this tutorial. Okay, I just had to save time. I want to copy and paste this to save time. So this question container refers to this border, this div we have here that has a line border. This question container refers to it. You can see I have to pick it with its ID quiz question. The option container refers to the class. The option container, you can see I said document located element by class name option. It refers to this 4D. This 1, 2, 3, 4. They are the option container. The next button is this. The next button we have here. The counter container is the counter container itself. You understand? This counter container we have here is this blue. Is this line bordered rounded, this line rounded circle we have here. So this count, and also so I'm going to remove the counter button. We don't need it now. So I have the question container, which is this line border div. The option container, which is this 4 div we have here. The next button, this we have here, and also we have the counter container, which is this circle we have here. Okay, so after that now I'm gonna I'm going to create a variable called questions. I'm going to hold up the questions, the options, and the correct answer. So I'm going to copy that from my. I have it here already. Just Ctrl C, copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Ctrl V. Okay, so for now, I'm going to, okay, yeah, because this question variable has to house our individual question. This question 1, question 2, and question 3. Understand? So, well, so I want to make sure for now, at the moment now, I want to make sure this, I want to make sure that this, I want to make sure this question container is holding the first question. And the options here, this option container are holding the first option, first set of options. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I'm going to loop through the option container. I'm going to loop through them. You can see here in my question, I have three objects, three question objects inside the questions array. Understand? So now what am I going to do? I say I'm going to loop through the option container. I'm going to say for let I equals 0, I is less than option container dot length. Option container dot length is 4. Option container dot length is 4. So I said I equals 0, I is less than option container dot length. So that means I is going to stop at 3. From 0, 1, 3, you can see now this first option container, this first one has an index of 0, this has an index of 1, 2, and 3. Understand? So after that, I'm going to say I plus plus. I'm going to say I plus plus. I'm going to say option container. Before I do this, understand? I'm going to make sure I set in the question, the first question inside this div. So I'm going to pick up the question container and say question container dot inner text should be equal to. I'm going to say questions, which is the array. I'm going to say questions 0. Question 0 means to question. So how do we access array elements? We use index, right? Whereby 0 refers to the first element in an array. This 0 I kept here. This 0 refers to the first element in this array, which is this question 1. I'm going to say question 0 refers to this first object. So after I've done that, I'm going to say question 0 dot question, which is this dot question. You come down here and put dot question and save. You can see now the text has gone into the question container. It says which of these on a client-side framework. You can see that's looking nice. So I need to go and style this. I want it to look better. Come down to the CSS. Go to the question container, quiz question. I'm going to make sure I'm going to give it a font family of sans serif. So I'm going to come down here and say display flex, align item center to make sure it's centered. Align item center, justify contents, center. Save. Okay, I think it's looking nice now. So I'm going to also increase the font size. Let's say 18 pixels. Font size 18 pixels. Nice. Now, okay, I think it's better now. So come on to my JavaScript now. I want to also make sure this option container are having these options. We are having this set of options. We are having this React, Bootstrap, Django inside the option container, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do that right now. As I said, I'm going to loop through. I need to loop through the option container, which I'm already doing here. Say for let I equals 0, I is less than option container dot length. I'm going to say option container I. This refers to all the option container dot inner text. Their content should be equal to question, which is the questions, which is the array. There's a question 0. The first object dot option. You can see from here the dot option dot options. Understand? Dot options. I'm gonna say I. Understand? This I this I, for example, okay, just let's save now. Let's see what it runs. You can see now they have all entered in. You can see now the option container, they are now putting the options. You can see, and how was that possible? I need to explain this now. This I represents 0, 1, 2, 3. You understand? So I said option container I, this I owes 0, 1, 2, 3. I said option container I dot inner equals to questions. The question refers to the array we have here. This array. I said question 0, question square bracket 0. The 0 represents the first object in the array. And I said dot options. You can see this dot options. This dot options, which is here, dot options square bracket I, which we have here, square bracket I, which we have there. Okay, so that I represents 0, 1, 2, 3, and these options, you see this option is an array. The first one represents 0, this is 1, and this is 2, while this is 3. That's the way we did for the option container, and it helps to put in the content in the right place, just like we have here. So I'm going to also put this, I'm also going to put in this display. I'm also going to put display flex to the option container to make sure the contents are well placed. I'm going to copy this. Control C. I'm not going to use a justify content center. Put that in the option container. No options, which is this. Paste. After I've done that, I also need to add a padding. Padding to the option. Padding left. Padding left to the option. Padding left of 10 pixels. Gonna see now. Nice. Now there's not some space in between. That's looking good. Okay, even to the option container, I'm going to add a margin left. That's a 10 pixels. So we are done with the. So now we have been able to place the first set of options and questions. I've been able to place them in JavaScript. So now I'm going to work on the next button. So whenever I click on the next button, it takes me to the next question. Eventually, it's not this next button. So whenever I click on the next, whenever I click on the button, it takes me to the next question. Understand? So I'm going to do that now. And eventually, it's not the next button. I'm going to say, okay, let's say next btn. Let's add event listener. Click. I'm going to add the click events. Click. I'm going to call this function next question. I'm going to say function next question. I'm going to add a comment to the. Going to say, I'm going to call this helps to take it to the next question. Helps to navigate. Helps to navigate to the next question. Okay, after I've done that, now I'm going to say. So after doing that, I say so in this function, I'm going to increment counter by 1. You can see counter is 0 from here. I'm going to increment counter by 1. I'm going to say counter plus plus. Counter has been incremented by 1. So I'm going to copy this same thing here. I copied here. I'm going to say Ctrl C and paste inside here. So after I've done that, so Ctrl Z, so there's a mistake. I didn't copy something right. So I'm going to copy this. Ctrl C. So you can see from the one I did here. Let me say. I'm also going to comment this. Let's say first question and options. Okay, now you can see from here, I was able to just place in the question and options to the inside the HTML divs, right? But now I want to place in this question and option whenever I click on the next button. I want to place in the next question and option. I said counter is going to be incremented. Counter was at first 0. Yeah, counter was at first 0. Whenever I click on the next button, counter will be incremented. When I say counter will be incremented, I could also put in counter. Inside, I could change this to counter. I can change this 0 to counter because counter is 0 outside of this function, outside of this next button function. Counter is 0. So inside the function, if I click and the function runs, counter is going to be incremented. So I'm going to also change this to counter. So when counter is 1, it's going to put in it's going to put in the second set of question and option in the right places. Whenever counter is 1, when counter is 2, we're going to also do the same thing and put in the right set of option and question inside the HTML div. So I'm going to change this to counter, to save. So let's see. So the mine is now. So let's click on the next. You can see this is the next question. Boom, the next question. So, okay, now I also want to like change this. This should also be incremented. This numbering div should also be incremented. So right here, I picked up the numbering div. I called it counter container. This particular circle we have here, I'm going to say counter. I'm going to also come inside this function. So counter container.inner text should be incremented by 1 also. Inner text. So let's see if it works. So click. Now you can see now this is changing. Nice. Now, okay, we have been able to do this. That's nice. That's looking okay now. So we need to now add a click. Whenever I click, so I want to now add. I'm going to create a new function that whenever I click on the wrong option, it shows red. On the right option, it shows green. So let's do that right away. Now we want to add this. Want to like first, whenever I click on the right option, the background turns green, or on the wrong option, it turns red, just like this. Let me refresh the page now. You can see which of these is not the client side framework. His answer is Django, correct? So next question, who is the founder of JavaScript? Let's say we picked Elon Musk. You can see Elon Musk is wrong. Y B and that H is correct. So I want to add this functionality to our quiz application. I want to add this functionality to this particular quiz application. Now I'm going to loop through this option in a different way. So I'm going to loop through it in a different way. So let's do that. I'm going to say for let's option of I say let's option of option container. Option container refers to the old option, right? So I'm going to say option for let option of option container. Option container. Now, so I'm going to show you something. Console.log option. So save. Come down here. Let me show you what option means. So we'll see what option means now. Okay. It's coming up. You can see. For me, these are the option. Just watch. You can see. Option refers to the individual option container. You can see. I know this is another way of looping through a node list. You can see this option container I declared up here as a node list. So I want to get the individual option container inside of them. So option refers to the individual option container. As I showed you from here, you can see as a console.log option, you can see this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So after that, I'm going to add an event listener to this option. I'm going to say option.add event listener. Say option.add event listener. Click. Now call this function right or wrong. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. We'll say function right or wrong. Right or wrong. Okay. I'm going to say if option dot inner text, if option dot inner text is equal to. I'm just going to copy. I'm going to say quiz questions. And now control Z. I'm going to say if inner text equals question, which is the array of our questions 0, which is the first set of options, and question 0 dot answer. Let's see. I said if option dot inner text is equal to, for example, what I'm trying to say, let me show you. So I was saying, I said if option dot inner text, option refers to this div, this 4 divs we have here. I said if the content of those divs is equal to the first answer, for example, questions 0, which is this 0 refers to this particular object, 0 dot answer, which is this. The answer is Django, right? So I said, come here, I said down here. So I looked through this option container again. I said if option of inert is equal to question zero the answer. So I want to add a class to the particular option. The class here. So I'm going to create that class. Okay, here's the class here. I've done it already. This is a class, the right or wrong class. The right, you can see there's the right or the wrong class. Okay. So I said if it is equal, so I'm going to say if it is not equal to that particular, if it is not equal to the answer, I'm going to say option dot class list dot add wrong. So let's see. So which of this is not for example now I said which of this is not the client side framework? The answer is Django, but let me pick React. You can see it says I'm wrong. You understand? Okay. For example, I also need to add an else statement to this. Else. Come down to this if. I'm going to add an else. So we're going to say else. If the option is correct, I'm going to say else. Option dot class list dot add right. So save. So come over. Which of these is on the client side framework? The answer is Django. So let me click on Django. Boom, you can see Django is correct. You see why React is wrong. Okay, for example, now you can see here now, you can see from this one, which of these is a client-side framework. If I click on Bootstrap is wrong. You see, Bootstrap is wrong. After clicking on Bootstrap, it shows me the correct answer. Understand? So I'm going to add a functionality to this our own particular project here. I'm going to add a functionality here. So after I've done that now, so I need to, like, for example, I actually inside this first if statement, I'm going to loop through this option container again. I'm going to loop through. I'm going to say for let I equals 0, I less than option container dot length I plus plus. So I want to say if option container I dot inner text is equal to, so I'm going to maximize my, is equal to this, the questions, this answer, Control X. So okay, after I've done that, if it is so, I'm going to say option container I the class list dot add right. Right, so save the class list. Okay, there's an error somewhere. Said if option container inner, okay, option container I, it should be here. So save. Now let's see. So which of these is not a client-side framework? So let's pick Angular. Angular is wrong, so boom, you can see Angular is wrong. After clicking on it, it shows me the right answer. You understand? So I'm going to make sure this also works for the next question. So when I click on the next question, you can see this is the next question, but it still marks that particular option. That particular option container, it still gives it the color green and red, which I don't want. So I'm going to remove that now in JavaScript. Right now, so I want to remove this color. Whenever I click on the next button, I don't want this particular. You see, they are still colored green, red. So I'm going to remove that now with my JavaScript. So whenever I click on the next button, I'm going to come down to this next question function. So after there, so I'm going to say, so for example, I'm going to copy this, Control C. Simple. I could just say option. For example, let me just, for example, to avoid any future problem, I'm going to just also loop through it, copy this, Control C, paste it. So I loop through the option container again. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to say option container I dot class list dot remove. I'm going to remove both of them. So copy this, paste, change this to wrong, remove the wrong. Okay, that's it now. Okay, let's see. So which of this is not a client-side framework? The answer should be, let's say the answer is Django. So let's put Bootstrap. We can see the next question. Boom, you can see now the coloring has removed. That's good, that's nice. So I'm going to also make sure I add that same functionality of picking the correct question. I'm going to add that functionality over to the over to my over to the next question. For example, okay, okay, I added the functionality to this particular first question to it. So whenever I click on the wrong option, it shows me the right option. So I'm going to add that same functionality on the next question. You understand? So let's do that right now. So I'm going to come down to my instead this. I'm going to come into this. I'm going to come into this function next question. So this is working whenever we are on the first question. So I'm going to make sure I put this inside that next question function. I'm going to say Control C, paste it inside of this next question function. This is at the center. Make sure this comes down. Okay, I can paste it inside there. Okay, that's it now. Pasted it inside there. So whenever I see 0, I'm gonna put counter there. Counter. So put the same counter. So save. Let's see if it works. Which of these is not a client-side framework? The answer is Django. That's nice. Next question. Who is the founder of JavaScript? Let's say Elon Musk. Rank. Say Elon Musk is rank, and the answer has been an edge. So the next question. Which of these is a Python framework? Django is a Python framework. But let's choose ASP.NET. It shows that ASP.NET is wrong, while Django is correct. You can see now the quiz app is working just fine. You can see, for example, let's say which of these is a client-side framework? The answer is Django. Next question. Who is the founder of JavaScript with an edge? Oh no, with an edge is the correct answer. It should be with an edge is the correct answer. What went wrong? Okay, now everything is working for fine. Which of these is not a client-side framework? Our answer is Django. Who is the founder of JavaScript with an edge? Perfect. Which of this is a Python framework? The answer is Django. So let's pick ASP.NET. Let's see if it's going to pop up. Boom, because ASP.NET is wrong, while Django is correct. So we've come to the end of this quiz tutorial. Before we finish this, let's make this more beautiful. Come out to our CSS. I'm going to come to the to the question container. Where are you? Quiz question. I'm going to do the quiz question. A background of line, background color of line, and the color of white. Let's see how it looks like. Color white. Let's see, gonna look more beautiful. Okay, let's make it black, or let's move it and see. Perfect. I think it's looking okay this way. So let's add a little padding to this quiz question. Padding left. That's 10 pixels. Perfect. So come to the end of this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, subscribe to my channel, smash the like button for me, and drop me some comment. Thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video. Bye bye.